Right. Okay, thank you very much, Prof. We call him Prof. As for the Prof there, it came from somewhere. So let's just take it by that. Anyway, he ended by saying we need active participation. Interaction is very important. Interaction is very important, and I must emphasize that. I was going to ask him, if we say we need commitment, we need interaction, are there going to be some rewards? Because most of us, we want to put our time to where we get something. But the thing is that one reward that I know is, honestly, one reward I know, they are intrinsic rewards, not extrinsic. There are things that you will not really see and eat or earn. But the intrinsic ones are the motivation, the learning platforms, the networking. And these are things that will bring you money in the long run. But most of us don't view rewards or earnings in that regard. Because the ecosystem has made this so vast to the extent that you can meet a lot of people. You can collaborate with others. That's one thing about the Cardano ecosystem, collaboration. You can collaborate with others. You can put up, I know a friend who collaborated with a South African, and they put together a proposal and submitted it to Cardano Project Catalyst. And it got funded. The title was Boosting Cardano in South Africa. Yes, in Accra. And he had to leave Accra, went to South Africa. A lot of us want to at least, leave Ghana and tour around, travel and, make friends and collaborate. These are platforms that you may be here having some idea, and the idea may not be fully finished, or it will not be a fully fledged idea. But you can meet someone who is from a different country who will bring more ideas or insight into yours. Then you collaborate and put together. Or you meet here as participants of this meetup. You bring your ideas together and you submit it, and you can be able to achieve something out of that. So collaboration is one key thing that you need to really look at. For me, I'm just going to do one thing that I've been doing over and over again at most of our meetups. That is talk about Cardano, what Cardano is, not blockchain again. Although blockchain, yes, I may touch a bit on it, but I want to assume that we all now have understanding of what blockchain is, right? Do we? We know, right? We all know what it is. Don't we? We know. Good. So the conversation today is just about Cardano. Is that okay? And of course, Prof, so let's then start. Yeah, so Cardano is one blockchain, part of the blockchains you can find in the world. And it's founded by this gentleman, very brilliant, financial guru, a mathematician called Charles Hoskinson. And the idea came around 2015 when he was actually looking for ways and means as to how he can create something different from the Ethereum ecosystem. We know Ethereum. Ethereum is one of the powerful blockchains you can find. In fact, it's the maiden blockchain that brought about smart contract development. And today, it still supports smart contracts. So Charles Hoskinson co-founded Ethereum with Vitalik. He co-founded Ethereum, and then he founded Cardano on their own as an ecosystem through a rigorous research, peer-review research that they did to be able to come out with an ecosystem or with a blockchain that will be energy efficient, that will focus on proof of stake and not just the amount of work that you can do that brings you wealth. No, so Cardano remains. So in 2017 they launched it. So the idea, when you are ideating something, you can start talking about, I want to do this, I want to start this project in a certain year. So 2015, in 2 years' time, it got launched. Is that okay? It got launched. And the launching came through the Baron era, which was just the foundational era. It was just the foundational era to get it started, get the community involved, get blockchain, get the community involved, get Cardano known into the blockchain ecosystem. But for blockchain, as I was asking, I would have loved, I could assume that we all know what it is. But one thing about it is that for those of us who are newbies, because I know there are newbies here totally, so I just wanted to elaborate fully on it. Is that okay? It's just like, take blockchain like the Wikipedia. We know Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a platform. It's an open knowledge platform or open learning platform. You can go and create articles and modify articles and edit. You can just go and create an article on the Member of Parliament for Tamale South, Haruna Idrisu, and you can keep editing or modifying that article. Anyone at all, if I can go there and say a lot of things about that Member of Parliament without needing any what. I don't need anyone to give me that permission. I can just go and edit. But what I have to do is that for my content update to be accepted, I need to provide relevant sources. So if I say let's say the Member of Parliament for Tamale South let's say has ever won this and that, I need to provide evidence, and the evidence is to provide a link or a source to back what you are saying, so that Wikipedia can accept it. So blockchain ecosystem is just for everyone to create. It's a public ledger, and it's digital. Digital ledger for everyone to create data, and not just data. You can also create assets like cryptocurrencies that is running. In fact, that's one major use case of blockchain technology. As the founder of Bitcoin brought it, Satoshi Nakamoto. For Bitcoin, we've all heard of Bitcoin. In fact, so Satoshi somewhere in 2009 was also research, and so that's why research is very important. You need to investigate to know, how do you solve this, how do you address this problem. Satoshi was looking for a peer-to-peer money, peer-to-peer transaction form of money for people in the world, money that will be used for everyone in the world, one currency, one world, and you can use it, and that's what we are using today. It's not about Naira, CD, pounds, or whatever. No. If you are in US, Bitcoin. If you are in Ghana, BTC. So you can send and receive it at anywhere, at any time, any amount. It's not that we want to bring 24-hour economy. Yes, 24-hour economy is good, but for blockchain, it's already 24-hour, 24/7. You can transact. Even if you are sleeping, you can automate things, and it's running on the blockchain. That is what is happening. So you can create it. And one unique thing about the blockchain is that it's distributed. Several computer participants are on it. Okay? So we are all here with a PC, and it's distributed. So anything that happens on it is recorded and is visible to everyone on the blockchain. So it will be hard for you to tamper with it, tamper with the data, or tamper with whatever is recorded on it. That's one unique thing about it. So there's no central authority. That's why all the time we say it is decentralized. It is decentralized. So miners, we call them node operators. All they do is to validate, identify transactions and validate them and record them on the blockchain. So with Cardano uses the Haskell language, the Haskell and Bluetooth language, to be able to what? To code. All right. Earlier I was asking how many of us are programmers or cybersecurity. Yes. So you can learn to, if you want to participate in the Cardano blockchain, you will have to learn about the Haskell language and the Bluetooth to be able to what? Create. I think the Bluetooth supports smart contracts creation, so that you can create some smart contracts or agreements and put it on the Cardano blockchain. So yes, Cardano was launched. Next slide. And mainly is targeting to three major things. Of course, security is one thing that's all blockchain. If you are a blockchain ecosystem and you are not really trying to enhance security, then you are not, that's such a blockchain is not secure, because security is one thing that the world is fighting with, or the world is concerned with when it comes to technology. For me to trust you, for me to trust your system, we've trusted MTN so much that we put our money for them to keep. Most of us here, we have bank accounts. We've trusted the banks when we trusted their security. So if you don't trust the blockchain platform, you will not be able to even go and mine coins or put your funds on it. No, you need to trust it. Security is one thing, one key thing. And how secure is it? Because it is distributed. And the amount of people, amount of software engineers that are behind the blockchain ecosystem is crazy. The company that is behind is Input Output Global, IOG, and headed by Charles Hoskinson. And they have their CTO, the Chief Technology Officer, they have their finance, they have, in fact, we'll get there, three major arms that are running this. And security is one thing. Sustainability, yes. So how can we sustain it? Because if you create something, you need to ensure that it stays consistent. Business consistency concept. You need to make sure that it stays forever, or it stays to a certain stage. You shouldn't just create a project that, in fact, you create the project, you envision it for it to last for 5 years, but within a year it dies off. You need to bring in sustainability measures. How are you going to raise resources or raise funds that can sustain it? Scalable. You need to ensure that you supply, you still serve or supply amount of people that comes on board. So because as day in, day out, a lot of today alone, about 5 or 10 people will learn about Cardano ecosystem, and they will start dipping in. They will start to patronize. Assuming maybe some of us are builders, you want to come on board and build things. You want to build a DApp, you want to build smart contracts or something on the ecosystem. It's expanding. So as the ecosystem expands, they have to put in measures that should be able to scale, that should be able to serve the amount of people that are coming on board, to complement the numbers. So the native cryptocurrency, the native ticker symbol is ADA, as we call it, ADA. And I think ADA was named after one mathematician, which is Ada Lovelace. I think the name came from the founder's, love for the person. As you are building a project, you just need to choose a certain nomenclature that will suit what you want. So even when we get to the area, next slide, we'll get to the areas, you understand some of the reasons. So reasons why you choose some of the names for the various roadmap. So the use cases. Yes, one key use case is the ADA cryptocurrency. The ADA cryptocurrency. We are able to buy and sell cryptocurrency. This morning, when I was wearing the hoodie, someone asked me. I was telling them that I got this hoodie from Cardano Foundation. It was a coupon they give to ambassadors to shop some few items from their Cardano store. And the person asked me, "Oh, Cardano is having a store?" I said, "Yes, they have a store. Store.cardano.org. If you visit it, you will see a couple of swag or Cardano items, customized items that you can shop with ADA and no any other currency. No Visa, no PayPal, nothing. It's just ADA. So that tells you how that's a practical use case of Cardano. You can use it to shop. And of course, even other platforms, especially if you can build an e-commerce platform on the Cardano ecosystem and it will accept ADA payments. You have a shop, a shop, local store that you sell a lot of materials and you want to expand your outreach. You want to maybe export products to US and UK. You can create an online store and tell the community that, or tell people that yes, you accept ADA as a medium of payment, so they can pay in ADA, then you ship to them. That's basically how you can build on the Cardano ecosystem. You just need to have the infrastructure, the technical infrastructure to be able to do that. And you started accepting it. So that was one practical application of the Cardano ecosystem. So the ADA itself, it just functions as that. It functions as money. And I think currently it's trading at 0.3 to 4 cents. Yes. Most of us are usually interested in the price, but as the CEO puts it, the price is not his concern. The price is not his concern. The price mainly, we are concerned about the price because we buy and hold. We speculate that, when I buy at 0.3 and it gets to $2 or $1, then I can make some cash out. No. Yes, you can. That's the investment, or let's say the buy and hold aspect of it for the future. But let's look at it as a medium of exchange, as something you can use to pay for goods and services. Now, yes, please go. I don't know if go to the next slide. Let me see. No, so back. So yes, financial services. So supply chain tracking. In the preliminary discussion, I was saying it. Supply chain. Atla, the Cardano has this product called Atla Trees that you can use to track what systems in agriculture. When you harvest your farm produce, you can use it, the tracking system, to track your produce from source up to the end or up to the end user. Data storage, identity management. Most of us want to have digital identities so that you can easily it can be easily verified. You can easily be verified on the blockchain. Today we are struggling with verification issues. So you can be here and someone will duplicate your information somewhere. Most of these cyber fraudsters, it is these things they use. They just take people's images and impersonate you and go and lie and try to take. But listen, when we have our digital identities, or we have value identities, for instance, you have a property, or you have your music artist or your artist. If you are someone here who draws, who creates things, who paints, you can try to tokenize it and put it on the blockchain, and you will claim ownership of it, and you can even sell it. You can sell it. So if you are painting something, you can tokenize it. Just a picture, you can sell the picture. Just a picture. Put it in an NFT form, non-fungible token, and put it on the blockchain, and it will be selling. Even music. Most of our musicians, how do they do? Mostly, all they do is, okay, release dates, and so they release it on YouTube and on other platforms, AudioMac and all that. Then people will stream, and they get their royalties. But when you put your music label or your music in an NFT form, the day you are releasing it, everybody will go and mint it. And as they are minting it, they are buying them. They are buying your music assets. This guy, I always like mentioning him when I'm talking about NFTs, especially music. Don Jazz, in Nigeria. He said NFT has given him money, or the blockchain has given him money, but has given him money more than any other, model or business model in his music career, because he was able to sell his music in NFT on the cryptocurrency space. So it provides robust infrastructure. So that's how it is. We are not just talking about cryptocurrencies. We are talking about even contracts. Contracts. You can use it to create some simple contracts, smart contracts. That's what we call them, smart contract. What's basically a contract? An agreement. You want to rent a room, and you go to landlord. I want to rent a room. So the landlord tells you, okay, bring your money, then I give you the paper. You sign, take the keys, and enter. So you can have this traditional way of rent agreement. Put it on a smart contract, and it's going to be self-executed. It's going to be digital. The agreement will be written down in codes. If I say in codes, programmable codes. So it will be written down and tell it that, okay, if you make payment of this, if you pay this amount of money for the room, it gives you access. So the ecosystem, the platform will just, once you make payment to it, it means that the landlord confirms receipt of the payment. And then it gives you access to the room. It gives you some keys to that room, and then you have access to it. You have access to it. So that's basically how smart contracts can be. Next, please. Now, so these are the founding entities of the ecosystem, Cardano ecosystem. Input-output is the head. Input-output is the head of the one on the left, right. So my right, the bottom right. Input-output global. You can Google input-output. And headed by Charles Hoskinson. They are into software development, software services. Any robust software that you want, any robust application that you want them to build for you, infrastructure. Is it going to be systems, information systems, whatever you want, that you for your company or for yourself to use, they will be able to do it for you. Okay, this software that I'm talking about, they are not just simple software, not even applications that a programmer can just develop. We are talking about systems. A system that can be built for a country. A system that can be built for a multinational corporation that you use it. Like Unilever and those international companies. So they have their MIS platform, they have their ERP softwares that you can use, or SCM softwares that you can use to do that. So input-output is basically behind Cardano, and they have several projects. Cardano, Project Catalyst is one, Midnight, Lace. These are one of these projects, and they have the Cardano Foundation. The CEO also set up Cardano Foundation, and the foundation is basically the non-profit. That one is their non-governmental organization, and what they do is they are into marketing. They are into marketing and promotion of the Cardano ecosystem, because marketing is very key. It's very essential when it comes to having your product go or your service. You need to market it to the global space for people to adapt and come on board. Imego is also one arm of the ecosystem, and Imego too, they provide products. So they also build products, they build services, and provide it to other blockchains so that they can leverage it, they can come on board, like side chains. You can build, for instance, as I was saying, Imego is looking for universities. They are looking for academic institutions that are willing to issue their certificates on the blockchain, and they can help you do it. If you have an institution, if you want to keep your academic credentials or any other document that you want to keep, Imego can help you do that on the Cardano blockchain. Next, please. So just go next. I've explained them. These are their roles. Good. So at this stage, I think Prof said I should give someone something if they answer it. So these are the 5 roadmap of the Cardano ecosystem. These are the 5 roadmap of the Cardano ecosystem. And these are individuals. You can see them. The Byron, the Gauguin, the Voltaire, the Shelley, the Basho era. You see, these are individuals. Unfortunately, they are late now. Because they are 1970s and people. But they are people that have made name a lot in the financial space. So the CEO chose to honor them by using their names to name this, to name what? Their roadmap. So when you look at it, most of them, almost all the stages, the foundation, it has some linkage or some similarity to the Baron, what the Baron was doing in his era. Gauguin too, smart contract, it has some relationship with that, the Voltaire, the decentralization and the scaling. So who can tell me what era are we now? Because Cardano started from first era. What era are we now? Whose hand did I see first? For a key holder. Projector key holder. Photographer, you want to answer? Okay, the way your hand is. 3rd generation. Oh, 3rd one is what? Gauguin. Any other trial? Yes, the Voltaire era. Yes. So Cardano has gone past smart contracts. Gauguin. Yes, started with the foundation to the Shelley era. So the Shelley was decentralized, and the cryptocurrencies or the ADA could now be functional on the Cardano ecosystem, Cardano blockchain. Then to smart contracts, where you can create agreements. And then to what? Scaling, bringing side chains and other blockchains to support interoperability, where you can have other financial services and other blockchains leveraging the Cardano ecosystem. Because you cannot just like our banking systems. You see MTN working with the banks. Okay, if you go to the bank tells you that, do you want to link do you want to do mobile banking, or do you want to link your mobile money to it? You answer yes, so that you can do interoperability, push and pull. But they charge a lot, plus e-levy. Plus e-levy. These are some of the things. So you see, cryptocurrencies are providing ways for people to bank without necessarily dealing with the bank. Because we have a lot of people that are unbanked in the world now. A lot of people are unbanked, and they don't want to do anything with banks. So if you don't want banks, you have to come to the cryptocurrency space. And of course, cryptocurrencies, they have come to stay. It's the 3rd generation of money. How money have evolved. It's the 3rd generation of money. And so if you want to really bank without having to deal with banks, having to do anything, you just have to embrace cryptocurrencies so that you can have your wallet on your phone, you have it on your wallet, and then you spend it. Unfortunately, today, if you walk out, SWAT is just here, SWAT restaurant, you want to buy food, they will say, oh, bring money, you cannot pay. So that's the challenge, the adoption, the usability, the use cases. But we want to get to a point where you can pay for goods and services with cryptocurrencies everywhere you find yourself. Everywhere. You go to restaurant, you go to hotel, where even school fees, you pay. We've seen how PayPal and Visa, you can use it. Although it's still fiat monies, local cryptocurrencies. Is that okay? But yes, I think we'll get to that stage where maybe when the governments start to embrace it. When the government, and I think that even our central bank said they are leveraging it. The current finance minister said they are looking at ways. Even one of the aspirants said that, these days they are doing a lot of promises ahead of the December post. So one of them said that when he comes to power, he's going to bring one technology that is very powerful called blockchain technology. He said it. I don't want to mention the name, but I hope that they try to really put it. Because, next year is going to be a very powerful session. Most of them are talking about, one is talking about 24-hour economy, the other one is talking about digitalization. So whatever be the case, because 24 hours will not be possible without technology. Because he said 133, right? One job, 3 shifts, 3 people. So there were 3 shifts. So it means everyone will get job now. So graduates, when you come, if you don't want, you can be in the afternoon session, the night session, or the morning session. So let's just get our voter IDs ready, so that we'll see. Because both of them, the promises are very amazing. No? Some will train this in this number of million in digital jobs. Another was saying you use your Ghana card and do what and what. 24-hour economy. So in fact, the future is promising. And Starlink is coming too. So it means I will have stable internet supply, internet service. So that, when you are clicking, within some seconds, you are able to download. Look at how internet, and in fact, that's one interesting aspect. Look at how the internet too has revolved around. From the 2G, even 1G. GPRS. After 1G was just about voice calls. You could not even text. So. Then 2G brought our SMS. You can send SMS. Then 3G, social media, interactivity. Now we have 4G. 5G now. So the current is 5G. 6G is coming around 2030 or so. That's what the analysts are saying. They will pilot it around 2026, 2025. Then it will launch around 2028 or even 2030, 6G. So you can imagine the roadmap where we are headed. Yes, internet speed today is different from internet speed those days. Yes. 4G alone is very good. Because with 4G, I think 4G the download, the megabyte per distance is I think it's 1 gigabyte, 1 GPS, 1 Gbps, 1 gigabyte per second. It means that you can download data. Within a second, you can download a gigabyte amount of what data. That's for the but for 6G, no 5G is targeting 10 gig, 10 gig per second. Yes, 5G, and some are already on it. Although it has not actually, I think they said they did some testing on it, and it was around 100 and something to 400 and something megabyte per second. But that's what 5G is targeting us. So imagine we have 5G and 6G is also coming. So the next generations, it's not going to be easy. So that's why we need to really look at some of these things. So how the internet too has been evolving is crazy. It's the same way the blockchain ecosystem too is going to stay. Because it's over a decade now. Even Cardano itself, 2015, it's already a decade. Next year, Cardano will be 10 years in terms of the ideation, because we're now in 2024. So I think this is the end of my. You go to the next one. Let me see. Well, yeah. So these are the. So you go, please. These are the errors. I said the Barron error was for the. Okay. So let me see. Yeah. So look at the key features of the Barron error. So the Barron error, that was just a foundational error. So we have you learn the Cardano by mainnet, having the Cardano being introduced into the blockchain space, and then a native cryptocurrency ADA came to being. The $2 and the Uri wallets were created. The Uri wallet is a product of Imego, and the input output also built the $2. So if you want desktop wallet, you go by the $2. You can create it on desktop, and the Uri has the mobile wallet for both App Store and So they implemented a federated consensus protocol where block production was managed by a group of trusted nodes. So the IO, Input Output Hong Kong, Imego, and Cardano Foundation. Good. Now with the Shelley error, and I was staking and delegation. So you can stake. If you open your wallets, those who are setting up, you will see there's a portion called staking. So it's the staking. I mentioned earlier that proof of stake, POS, is one mechanism that the ecosystem, Cardano uses. Because it allows you to be able to stake your funds. And you are not staking, you are not giving your funds out, but you are staking your funds, contributing to a block. There are a lot of stake pool operators, SPOs, on the ecosystem. You see, it looks like I'm sounding so technical, right? No, the issue is that this is I said it earlier. This is a combination of technology. So the terms, you see, every industry has its terminology. If we attend a health conference, they will mention about a lot of health things, and you may not even understand. If you go to tech conference, it's the same. So in the conversation of tech, the terminologies are sometimes very, instead of them to just say buying and selling, they'll say transaction. So if you don't know what transaction is, you'll be confused. Or if you want them to say a server or a computer user, they'll say a node operator. Then you say, who is a node operator? So please, we need to take interest in this, yes, so that we can be able to leverage it fully. So we end up with what? Allow either holder to participate in the network and earn rewards. Recently, I checked my staking rewards and I was surprised. So that small rewards, it helps you. So with a minimum of 10 ADA, 50 ADA, you can stake. You can just buy some USDT, convert it to ADA, and then you have your ADA. Is that okay? Now, stake pools, we are promoting, so you can create stake pools. There are several stake pools that are running, doing amazing projects, and the community is what taking their funds with them to be able to what? Handle their projects on the ecosystem. Next, please. So the Gogia smart contracts. So integrate smart contract capabilities using the Bluetooth. That's a smart contract native language. So if you want to write smart contracts, coding, you have to learn the Bluetooth language. Any programmer here? You are one, eh? Okay, this one, I think you are a budding or an upcoming programmer, yes. So basically, that's blockchain. Oh. You know, the common or the general programming languages you know is the C++, the Python, the JavaScript, and all that. Okay? I think it's not easy, but we'll get there. We won't get there, we'll cross. So they launched the Mallory platform designed for non-programmers to create financial contracts. So that's one thing about the space. Sometimes they just don't look at the technical people. They can have flexibilities. If you are a non-tech guy, you can come to them. I think even today, with the advent of artificial intelligence, you can even code. These days, there's nothing like, I can't do it, I don't know this. So please, we all know what artificial intelligence does now. It's crazy. There's nothing like, I don't know anything. Today, if you want, today, you can become a programmer. If you just use 3 hours using AI, you can learn to program. Yes. Even within 1 hour, you can start building websites with AI. AI is teaching everything now. It's teaching everything. It's teaching everything. It's doing everything for people. That's why a graduate came to do his Thanksgiving speech at the graduation ceremony. Then he said, "Oh, he gives thanks to ChatGPT for assisting him in his assignments." Yes, he was thanking AI, ChatGPT, for helping him in his assignments and project works. But if you thank it, it's a computer program. It will tell you, "Oh, don't thank me. I'm just a program. I'm just a program assisting you to do your things." It's not a human being. But that's how the world has come home. AI. And in fact, AI is disrupting the space now, everywhere. Especially in the educational sector. And I just want to mention this before I go. The AI issue. We are young people. We need to be measured in the way we use AI. Else it can affect our thinking. There has to be one scholar shared something recently that for us to fully use AI, we need to balance the use and not just be on it, be dependent so much on it. Else it can affect our critical thinking and reasoning. They can even ask you 2 + 2, then you go to AI. If you rely so much on it, every small thing, even they can tell you, describe yourself, AI. Where are you from? AI. Listen, yes, it's an enhancer. It's an enhancer. It's actually to make us more efficient too. Honestly speaking, personally, I've seen how it's helpful in terms of operations, organizational operations. When you are doing your things, academic stuff, and even businesses, it's meant to help us a lot, and it makes us execute tasks within like minutes. So in terms of efficiency, it's very good. You can do a lot of things within the shortest possible time. So unlike those days it could take you months to work on a document or to work on a thesis. But today, if they give you final year thesis or project work, just put the topic into an AI. Within minutes, it will generate everything. It will generate everything for you. And that same AI, they have tools that can catch it. If the lecturer says don't use AI and you use it, the person will turn it in. There's a software called turn it in. They turn it in and they'll see AI generated percentage, 100%.
But there's also another way.
Yes, there's also another way where you tell it to also humanize it. And let it and humanize it and tell it to beat it down. So it will rewrite everything and paraphrase it. Instead of AI, get the lecturer seeing AI to 100%, AI will now be 2%, 6%. And in the academic realm, for your work to be accepted, it has to be 20 or less, 20% or less similarity index. If you do any other work and they turn it in and it's 60%, 50 fail, they will reject your work. So it has to be 20% or less similarity index. It means that you have not copied a lot of people. Even if you copy, you have to cite, you have to do the citing very good. So AI can also even rewrite and paraphrase it. There are a lot of tools, keyboards, there are many today. With AI alone, you see, we have Meta AI, Facebook. You can use Meta AI to chat. WhatsApp is there. They say Mark Zuckerberg has created AI to in WhatsApp. Microsoft AI. Apple AI. Apple is coming with AI too. Samsung AI. Everywhere, assistants. Google, just like Google Assistant, you can just speak to it, do this. Even it has voices, so it supports audio, it supports picture, camera. We know what Google Lens does. Google Lens, take a picture, then you search. Google search. You don't need to type. Once you want to search for this device, you don't know what is it. With this, you just need to take a picture of it. Google Lens, then it will tell you, okay, this is it, this that. If you want to buy it at this shop, with Google Lens, you can search images, audio. So that's how the world is actually going, and they are intertwined. Blockchain, they are intertwined. We need to appreciate some of how the technology itself is advancing and progressing and evolving, so that we'll know that blockchain is actually, in fact, of course, it's one of the emerging techs, just like AI and Internet of Things, IoT, and they are intertwined. Because you can take a machine and train it. All this AI, they have trained them. They have given them data and trained them to be able to generate information for you. And that's why you don't have to depend so much on it. Else especially those who depend on it to write exams. It can lie sometimes. Lying means that it can give you like fake data, or let me say, it can give you irrelevant information. Because it will be forced to give you an answer, and what is giving you no. So please, it is trained to do, so it's just going to go around be picking sources anywhere else. So if you rely on it, you get a lot of, and it will affect you. So that's why you have to balance it. Sometimes, yes, it can do things for you, some simple works. It make you efficient. Then you go. But certain things that you have to just look at it and do it, humanize it, you have to use that. So let's talk about the next one. Yeah, so I was talking about smart contract. Next, please. The scaling. So network to handle higher transaction volumes. Introduce side chains. You see, Cardano, because Bitcoin and Ethereum have become very expensive now. Those of us who are familiar with Ethereum, it has they have what they call gas fee. If you are sending Ethereum on any exchange, either on the transaction fee, you can't bear it. You pay gas fee and pay transaction fee. Gas fee, because for them, their infrastructure, because they use gas there, so every person you have to pay for it. Just like levies. Bitcoin too is the same. Bitcoin too has become very expensive. It takes time. At times, a Bitcoin transaction can take a day to complete. But Cardano, in fact, the TPS is 250 plus transaction per second. 250 transactions per second can go. So imagine, as compared to Ethereum and even the giant Ethereum and Bitcoin. So implement performance improvements, network what? And network enhancements such as Hydra layer 2 scaling solutions. So you can have several other blockchains that can take. The Cardano Summit this year is holding in Dubai, and you will see a lot of blockchains that organizations that are going to participate. I'm saying in Dubai because that's a global main stage, but I think we have a local one. We'll talk about it at the end of this session. The Voltaire, that's the governance. Is that a lady or? Yeah, that's a lady. Wow, so that's the Voltaire, you know. The pictures are not quite, but if you search them, if you search all these names, you see the images clear. So it was named after her, and I think she was very passionate about freedom of speech, governance, and free speech, promoting, trying to preach for democracy and all that. So that's the reason why he named Voltaire. And that brought us to the end or the final stage of the governance era. So in the Cardano ecosystem now, everyone is now passionate about the governance. And that is why we are looking for you. We want you to register as participants on the governance ecosystem so that you can participate in the decision making. It's not just a one-person show. Charles Hoskinson said he doesn't want the ecosystem to be a Charles show or Charles Hoskinson show. No. Even if he's not there, the Cardano will still run. It's not like the blockchain is not like you creating a blockchain, then when you pass away, that ends, you are dying with your project. No. Most of them are open source projects. Anyone at all can take it up, improve it, or do whatever with it. So that's how they built it. There was this, unless they built a centralized, someone was telling me there was this owner of an exchange who died, and all their people who had their monies on that exchange lost their funds. And it's true, the person created a centralized exchange, SEX. So when the exchange is centralized and you put in your funds there, once the person dies, he has died with the keys. Nothing, nobody can. I said nobody can do anything. It's not decentralized. There are no several participants on it. So once he goes, that's all. So we need to be careful with the exchange that we use. I know most of us use the popular one, which is Binance. Yes, that one is fine. It's a decentralized exchange. No, it's not quite decentralized too. It's not quite decentralized because you don't have keys there. You only have your logins. So we need to be mindful of keeping our stock to on Binance. Although globally acceptable, recognized, but we have decentralized exchanges that you can use where you have your keys. The keys that you wrote down when you were setting up your wallet, similar like that. So with this one, you can use your treasury, your funds, just some few tokens of Cardano, let's say 50 ADA, 500, to vote on projects, to vote on ideas. We want to do this, you will do that. This funding cycle, this project catalyst cycle, what should we do? What kind of challenge categories should we approve? Then you vote on them. You vote on ideas. Any other thing that's going to happen, you have to what? To have a voice. Decentralized governance. That's basically what we want. So your power, your ADA is your voting power. Just like in the Cardano project catalyst voting, with 500 ADA, you can vote on projects. 500 ADA. You'll be able to cast your vote on a project to say, okay, I support this project to receive funding. So 500 ADA, that's a minimum. If you have 100,000 or 10,000 or 20,000, 500,000 or even 1 million ADA, that's your voting power. So your ADA, your voting power. And they are the decision makers. They are the decision makers. So, and that's the latest era now we are in. And there's a lot of issues happening. Last year there was CIP1694 workshops that was held. Over 50 workshops was held across the world to discuss the governance processes. Unfortunately, we have one here. And that is why we always bring it here in Tamale, not anywhere, but in Tamale, Ghana. We have other people that sometimes they take projects to Accra, to Kumasi, but there's a popular saying that charity begins at. If we leave it and say, oh, our people, they are not interested in technology, they are not, no. We all got this. It is the same platform that we all attended, and we started exploring into the ecosystem up to this stage. So you can't just know. You need to just bring it. The person they will learn about it, and of course it's still emerging. So once they see it, most of us you cannot grasp everything here. It is after here when you go and then you sit down, you start to go into the platforms. You start to go into the platform because everything is paperless now. Even the world is moving paperless. Nobody wants to deal with the notes again. Paperless and everything paperless. Digital tools. Very soon we'll have in-body. I read something that there will be in-body networks. You see human being going with networks. Yes, a human. Why is happening? Someone can track the wife. You can put a tracker in your wife. That's a human going with a network. Recently, I saw something on the one tech news. I think Japan also they did a touch ID bracelet. It will only for you to open the bracelet. It has what? And they said anti what? You have to put in your touch ID fingerprint for a bracelet to open. So it is only the husband's touch ID that it will be recognized. Once the wife puts it on, yes, and they did it to fight what? To fight cheating. So that's what technology can do. Technology is now come to solve everything. Yes, there are wearable devices. This thing they put on what's the name? How's it for real? Yes, the bead. The leg chain they put on her, the wise man, it's still on her. She cannot remove it, and it's tracking her movements as she's under house arrest. What's the name? Is it how's it for real? No. Yes, she's going with that device. Wherever she goes, you can't remove it. They know whatever she does. So that's how it is. You can even your earring, you can implant networks on them, and to be wireless tracking. So we need to be very careful. That's why I think so. One man was telling me that he had this friend every corner in his house cameras, CCTV, even in his living room, bedroom cameras. And he was telling me that it's not really good sometimes, especially in your bedroom. Why will you put CCTV in your bedroom? So he was saying that he has a friend who is a military person. So the friend usually, when the friend first he said the friend gave the laptop to him. He's an ICT person. And the friend gave the laptop to him to work on it. The laptop had issues. So he worked on the laptop. Then as he was checking the laptop, he saw some videos, CCTV footages. Then he played one of the videos and saw himself eating rice in his living room. Then he got bored. He said, "Why? So you captured me while I was eating rice, eating food in your house." So he told a friend he wasn't happy when he saw it. That why will you? Because some people honestly they don't like that. You invite friends and you capture them because of script. The thing is that yes, you can be there in your absence, but once you are back, if you are a traveler or someone you are not stable, once you leave home, you can put them on. But once you are back, put them off. Or if you have guests and people. But so he saw himself eating rice. Then he was very furious. He said he told a friend why would he do that? And the friend said he's sorry, but for him, because he's very security conscious, he wants everything to be monitored and captured, even in his bedroom. So he was saying that he has his military friend. Sometimes when he comes, he can just travel down and go and use his bedroom and, just sleep over and go. Someone sleeping and there are cameras in your bedroom. But that's how technology, sometimes we overuse them with the way we use it. Yes, it's for security. Yes, you can put them on workplace to survey, to do the surveillance, but not everywhere. Even washrooms. This man this BBC report that came, the synagogue issue. The synagogue, Nigerian. Yes, I think they said he had cameras everywhere, even in washrooms, in the church. Where? What's the name? Oh, this popular man, TB Joshua. Yes, when BBC Africa did the reports, everywhere, and the same people that he was working with, they came and said it. Everywhere he was having cameras. If you are bathing, he's looking at you because of security. Yes. But what will you say? Yeah, he's the man of God. For them, they are even above man of God level. Yes. So that's how it is. We need to just take advantage of them. So next, please. Project Catalyst. So this is where most of us may be interested in, right? Or those of us who are voters. How many of us were community reviewers in the last fund 12, eh? So it's already at fund 12 from fund 1, no. Now fund 12. And you are waiting for rewards. I know we've waited. That's one thing about the ecosystem. They will say, okay, they did next week. Then next week, due to this and this, we are postponing it in a month time. You see, yes, the reason is actually very simple. The delay, there's a delay in onboarding new projects. Because they brought a new feature called due diligence. So they have to do that due diligence to be able to verify. That's now in the place of proof of life. So they want to verify the identities of the new projects. They want to verify their capability, their locations and all that before they can do the initial distribution. So that's actually the cause of the delay. But hopefully maybe at the end of this month or early, please. This one is not promised. That's how they always say. Sometimes they will say ending of August or early or mid-September. All right, so they said it's the world's largest decentralized innovation engine for solving what? Real world challenges. Real world challenges. World's largest decentralized. World's, yes, it's still heading there, but yes, it's the largest decentralized. It is just a platform where you can go and source knowledge, source resources, tools, meet people, collaborate, and solve problems. Just like, I don't know if there's any popular thing I'll use. I like to make comparison so that we understand it's easy. I don't know. Can anyone give me any platform or anywhere you know that you can go in and raise money? Any crowdfunding platform you know. You have an idea and you are looking for people to support you, resources, money. Where can you go? Where can you just go? GoFundMe, good. GoFundMe. So GoFundMe is one practical example that we can use. When you go to GoFundMe, you can submit ideas, even petitions, issues. You can just see a problem in your community. This is what we are facing. Nobody is saying anything about it. Nobody is doing anything. We don't have capacities. We have been able to raise 100 cities. We need 100 more cities to solve this. Please, GoFundMe, help me. The community in GoFundMe. Then you put your payment details. Very fast. What? Circle app. Okay, yes. There are several. I think you can even search them and then take advantage of these platforms. These are platforms you can go and raise money. People have used it to raise money for even the sickless, raise money for surgeries and all that. GoFundMe. So you can use it to also raise money for your entrepreneurial ideas. But mostly, one thing about them is they are such platforms. They really want they are focused on what you yourself have done already. So if you say you are looking for money to do this startup, to start this business, tell them at least you've been able to gather this. You say you want to farm, tell them you have the farmland. You have the farmland already, or you have this. So at least if it's a community project, tell them what the community have done, because you need to try and help yourself before they help you. So that's just how the Project Catalyst works. It's one of the products of the Input Output Global, and what they want to do is that they want to bring it. They want to empower the community. If I say community, the builders, the ecosystem, all of us, even newcomers to the block Cardano ecosystem, to be able to raise monies. To be able to raise monies and build projects on Cardano blockchain. Not anywhere, not Ethereum, not Bitcoin, but on Cardano. So when we say Cardano, because any project you are bringing, any solution, it should be Cardano oriented. It should be Cardano related. You want to educate? Cardano. You want to build an app? Cardano. You want to build smart contract? Cardano. Do you get it? If you come there without that, no. Assuming there's a climate change platform where you raise funds to do climate change, then you come there and you are talking about bush burning and deforestation, do you think they will fund you? Climate change, you want to cut down trees. How will they fund you? They will tell you, no, it's irrelevant. What you are saying, no, to not bring back. Climate change already is a problem facing us. So they want you to take action and preserve the environment, plant trees. So you should come and tell them about planting trees. There was this grand platform called Pollination Fund. Pollination Fund, if you bring any idea that harms the environment, they will not fund it. Any solution you are bringing, and it will harm even an ant on earth, they will not fund it. They will not give you the money. It still exists. I think it's the website, thepollinationfund.org or something. If you search it. So why? Because pollination, for them, is they want to conserve the environment. So anything you are bringing, it should be able to preserve the environment, but not to affect it. Not to kill live animals or live beings. No. Please, I think we have there is a watershed. Okay, you said. Okay, so Pollination Fund, that's one thing. So Project Catalyst, okay, the slide is all gone off now. Well, I can still just go ahead while they bring it. So Project Catalyst is one engine that you can see. If you see the banner out there, it's there. So they are bringing it to the community for you to source funds. And how do you source funds? You tell them, okay, this is the idea I have. This is the money I want to do it. This is the name of the project. This is the idea. This is the problem I've identified. For you to bring about a project, you need to identify a problem. There cannot be a solution without a problem. First, you identify what's the problem. Okay, so there are a lot of people who doesn't know about Cardano. I've seen a lot of projects on the ecosystem. Someone will tell you, oh, I want to bring there was this project name that I want to onboard my church members onto Cardano ecosystem. So you can also say, I want to onboard my MOX members. No, that's an idea, because he believes that the church congregation has a lot of people, but they'll bring contribution. They'll be valuable to the Cardano ecosystem. So give me money. Let me organize programs. Educate them about Cardano ecosystem. How are the tools they can use? The wallet, let them set a wallet. Then you bring them onto Cardano. So that's a project. Someone said, I want to educate women. Women-wide participation. And in fact, look at the disparity now. We have about, my sister is there, then plus 2. Yeah, so that's about 5 ladies here. So you see, sometimes the gap, the gender equality is not right. And today, that's even, let me tell you, this is a hint. Those of us who will be submitting proposals, especially in the next funding round, if you have any idea now that is not gender inclusive, my gender, this guy is actually a social worker, so he knows what I'm talking about. If he's not having GC policies among them, forget. Because I don't think there's anyone or there's any organization or top organization that supports men. There was only a friend who was telling me he also wants to bring campaign for male education, CAMED, because CAMFED is cheating the men. Campaign for female education, because of the gap. So that's the problem. The CAMFED has identified the problem, and they are trying to bridge it. So there has to be JC, gender equality and social inclusion. So that at least you have few members. There are times, sometimes we'll go, then we introduce a team, then someone will ask, so there's no lady in your team. I'll be confused. No, but for us, sometimes we have a reason. We don't get the ladies. We don't get them volunteer. We don't get them, like say, I want to be part, I want to contribute. So that's why sometimes we just go by. And that's actually one thing that makes the men, that's characterizing men. Sometimes very focused and trying to do things. But as for our mothers, sometimes they are more motherly than some of these things. But yes, we can try to integrate and bring them on board. Because what men can do, they can do it, and even better. Different way. So please, when you think of the idea, make sure you have a team, and the team, there should be at least some few ladies. Maybe 60-40 representation. Maybe 60 male, 40 female. Not 90 male. Some people will just go 100% male, no female. In that sense, at least a teamwork is very important. Cannot be a single person. Charles Hoskinson is not able to do. He's able to send Cardano to this far because of team. In fact, his organization, the structure is the matrix level. They are using the matrix level structure. If you see it, if you draw the organogram, it's crazy. So for him, sometimes you don't even see him in the scene. No, you don't see him. Cardano Foundation has the CEO, vice, whatever, director for this, director for that, chief technology officer. Imego has CEO. So the founder himself, he's the CEO of Input Output, and he has subsidiaries. So when we say subsidiaries, companies under company. If you have companies under companies, that's what he's having. So imagine the amount of stress you'll be going through. Reports. Imagine having about 20 companies reporting to you. Can you stand the pressure? 20 companies, 20 CEOs, and they are all sending reports. This is what we are doing. The right people, project catalyst people are saying, this project catalyst, they have a team, separate team, doing their own things, running it, and they all report to the CEO because that's his project. Cardano Foundation, they organize the Cardano Summit, they do marketing, they run the Cardano Ambassador Program, everything, and they report to the CEO. Midnight is there, and he's bringing new projects, lace, everything, for a lot of projects. One person running them. So that's how. So it takes a lot of leadership and management skills to be able to even do this. And it's not going to be easy. So the organogram is crazy, and up to this level, ambassadors, educators. So everyone can go there, meet people. We have Americans, we have the British. We have even Indians, Nigerians, within Africa. A lot of people are there participating. You make friends. You hold course and collaborate to bring about ideas that can solve real-world problems. Is it an application I mentioned? Is it an application you are going to build? Is it an education you want to do? Is it a DApp that you want to build? DApp, decentralized application. Is it a software? Is it just an e-commerce platform you want to build? Is it an exchange that you want to build? Fine, you bring it. And then, next slide. They look at it. So yes, how does it work? Innovation, ideas. So you have to be innovative. Innovative solution. What creative thing do you have? What creative thing do you have? So when you look at for us, that's why we brought out this. This is actually one of our ideas. Cardano Ghana community. Because the thought came that no, we're just there. So why don't we try to create a community of us? Any person interested in Cardano and in Ghana here, we create a community. The community could be online, and it's even an online community because it's not a physical community. And online because we talk online. Most of you are on the Telegram page, Cardano Ghana community. About 300 plus members now, and we share information because there are platforms that we belong to in the Cardano ecosystem that you don't belong. And so we believe that we can share messages or information to you closely using those platforms. We have our Twitter platform, X. And that just reminds me, please try to follow us. Give us some follow on it, okay? You go to X and follow Cardano Ghana. Search at Cardano Ghana. Also on Facebook. I think we are trying to stream it. I don't know if it's still running. Good, but the battery, check before the power goes down. Power is very important. So you try and follow us. Give us some follows. Maybe if there are some airdrops. If I get some few followers, Prof, let's do and check. These things are still here. Okay, maybe after this we'll do some small quizzing. And then we share. Sometimes we do well in quizzes when there are rewards. But if there are no rewards, so we have to. Yeah, so Project Catalyst is a platform for everyone. You can come there, and mostly every funding cycle, they have challenges. They can have about 7 challenges, 10 challenges. So you read about the challenges. The challenges are just the areas or the thematic areas that they want to look at, the problems. So if you want to look about legalities and regulations around the Cardano ecosystem, you bring a proposal around it. Governance, so you can register to vote on proposals. to see which will fund it. So they will tally all the voting, and then they rank them. Execution. So the selected projects will they'll be announced. So once they vote, they will announce the projects that have been successful, and then they will go through the onboarding stages, and they release the funds for you to do that. And what they happen is that it's in trenches. You need to submit reports day in, day out. So as you start your project, projects are temporary in nature. So you make sure that you submit reports. When you are starting the project, if you reach the middle, the end, and when you end, you have to submit what they call closeout reports. You prepare your closeout report, everything, your achievement, what you have achieved, your deliverables, everything. Then you add a video, closeout video. Those of us who don't like to face cameras, you will face camera, because you have to face by all means. Unlike someone will come and say, "Oh, I'm going to hire this." You are not hiring anyone to do anything. You do it, because the issue is that we are now in a digital age, and so you need to have. Someone was telling me you need to have yourself online. As you are here physical, there should be a representation of you online. Especially as someone who wants to be relevant, you should have digital presence, online presence, so that if I ask you what's your name, or if I see you, I can identify you. If I also go and click on your profile on anywhere online, I should be able to tell who you are. Online presence. So that's why it's good to to use your social media platform very well. Put your descriptions. When you open Facebook, they have what they call bio, LinkedIn, especially LinkedIn, very professional platform. You go there, you open, you see someone, a teacher, entrepreneur, whatever, financial person at this place, NGO worker. The person will put descriptions, and then they post activities that they do. Whatever they do, they post to update the community. So that even in future, if they are looking for opportunities, if they go to look for a job, they can easily verify. Oh, so what are some of your activities? You can. So it's not just only for tech companies or tech-oriented people that should do that. You can all be doing that, because today, the hiring manners, employment, the way we employ people is not changing. If you go there, they try to check online what you do online, because they cannot just rely on what you do offline. They can also go to your handles and see. And some have they've denied a lot of people jobs because of what they post online. They showed him the tweet with the year and date and time, everything. Because now Zenith Bank, he never knew he will cross Zenith Bank in the future. He never knew. Maybe once it gets there, it's to stick and stay. The battery is good. Yeah, I don't know. The charger is in the list. So that's how it is. We need to be mindful of what we put online. We need to be very mindful. We need to be very, very mindful. Else, you go to a company,